Today we're going to be testing some rechargeable batteries. These are nickel metal hydride rechargeable batteries, and these are sold at the IKEA, which is a store I have not been to in probably at least 10 years. Probably more than that. I remember we started to go to the IKEA a fair amount back in the early 2010s. I'm not sure if that's because we discovered it at that time or if that's when the location around here first opened. I think it's the latter, but I don't quite recall. Anyways, the IKEA sells under, I don't know if LADDA is the store brand or if it's just IKEA. I don't know what I guess whatever it is, this is the IKEA house brand. But these batteries are supposedly more or less Eneloop batteries. These are made in Japan, and it's been said that they come out of the same factory as Eneloop. Now, Eneloop batteries are pretty widely accepted as like the gold standard when it comes to nickel metal hydride rechargeable batteries. I own some that I've had for many years and they still work just about as good as new. So I concur that Eneloop makes a very good rechargeable battery. So we have two different capacities here. We have 2,450 milliamps, which is towards the high end of what AA nickel metal hydride cells will handle. I think the largest ones I've seen are about 2850. And then this other package is 1,900, which is more towards average. I'm very surprised to see that these are sold in two different capacities, especially when the capacities aren't all that different. I personally would go for the 1900. In terms of actual use, and I'd be curious to know what the cost of these is. I don't know what the cost of these are because I didn't buy them. But at the end of the day, it's probably a wash because these 2,450 milliamp batteries will hold more charge per charge, but these, which hold a little bit less per charge, will take more recharge cycles. So I think at the end of the day you probably get about the same amount of usage out of both. It's just a different usage. These you're going to recharge more often, these will recharge less often, but these you can recharge more times. The other reason why I tend to go for the smaller cells is because I have found, and other people have reported this as well, that some of the higher capacity AA nickel metal hydride cells are just a hair bigger, and sometimes that causes a very stiff fit in some battery compartments, which is kind of annoying, especially with Christmas stuff where you're changing the batteries out, you know, every day or two anyways. So I guess there's no English on here. There's Italian and France. I don't know what all that is. Yeah, there's nothing on here in English or Spanish, so I can't help with that. Okay, so it says 500 there, and this one says 1,000. I think, I'm not certain, I think that might be the claimed lifespan of the batteries. Now that is a huge difference. That makes these last twice as many recharge cycles than this one does. I wouldn't expect that it's quite that much of a difference. So according to the pictures here, you should not short out the battery with keys. You should not break it in half with pliers. You should dangle it above children. You should not smack the middle of it with a hammer. And you should not hold it above a flame. And there's the seal of quality, made in Japan. almost everything I've ever used that was made in Japan was very good quality. The date code is 5/24/24. Okay, so we don't know. Oh no, we do know because it specifies. So these were made about 6 months ago. I don't know when they were purchased, but that's kind of a long time for a battery to sit on the shelf for 6 months before it's purchased. At least in terms of rechargeable, in my opinion, I would have liked to have seen this to be very fresh stock, but most likely it doesn't matter because these batteries are probably going to last for years and years and years if they're anything like the Eneloops. So let's open these up here. It says these are ready to use, which is pretty standard for nickel metal hydride low self-discharge or LSD batteries. They're so-called pre-charged. I always prefer to charge them up anyways because they usually have like 80 or 90% capacity. And I've heard from a lot of different people and manufacturers that the batteries don't really get their full capacity until you've used them a handful of times. So I feel like it's just beneficial to charge them up all the way first and then go from there. A lot of cordless phone batteries harp on the fact that it should be charged fully before the first use, and I've never really noticed any difference, but we'll give the batteries the best chance. So in terms of weight, not a huge difference. These are heavier, which would be expected. They're also slightly darker color. Standard charge 190 milliamps for 16 hours. So these actually call for a very slow charge. The Ansman Energy 16 charger that I typically use charges at the older version charges at 500 and the newer one charges at 700. I prefer the old one for the slower charge, but that's a very slow charge, 190 milliamps. Let's see what these specify. This one says 245 milliamps, which is also a pretty low charge. I actually do have a charger that we can set the charge rate, so maybe I'll charge these up for the first time at that particular rate. So I'm going to go get the... Actually, we're going to move upstairs for this portion of the video because I will run the battery apparatus upstairs. And we're going to check what the capacity is, and then we will do a capacity test on each of these batteries, one of the 1900 and one of the 2450. This is one of the chargers that I typically use. Let's see what it claims the charge is. They're all reading green, which is over 80% charge. Now this charger will tell us the initial voltage. .27, 1.3, 1.3, and 1.29. So this confirms with the other charger that these are still full. So we're going to go to a... Oh, I think I waited too long to make the selection. We're going to do a capacity test on this. And we're going to change the current to 200 because that's the closest to what it said. And what this is going to do is it's going to discharge the batteries. Actually no, it's going to recharge the batteries first to full, which is they're very close to anyways. Then it's going to discharge the batteries to measure the capacity, and then it will recharge the batteries. This is going to take a very long time at 200 milliamps, but that's fine. I can do something else. I'm not going to sit here and watch the batteries charge and discharge. In fact, this might take several days. The testing cycle has finished and the results are in. The 2,450 milliamp batteries measured as 2,631 and 2,622 milliamp capacities, and the 1,900 milliamp batteries measured as 1,803 and 1,797 milliamps capacities. So these are not the results I was expecting. The larger batteries measured considerably larger than they claimed to be, and the smaller batteries measured a little bit less than they claimed to be. What I do like about these results is that each of the pairs are very similar to each other. 1,803 is very similar to 1,797. Likewise, 2,631 is very similar to 2,622. So it would lead me to believe that the what do you call it? Not the quality control, but I can't think of the term, but the degree of similarity in each cell that comes out of the factory seems to be pretty similar. So I would tend to believe that these are made with very good quality. So a lot of manufacturers claim that the batteries do not reach full capacity until they have been cycled a handful of times. So quite possibly we're going to find that the 1900 milliamp batteries will go up a little bit over time. We also might find that the 2450s will go up over time. So I'll use these batteries maybe 4 or 5 times, run them for a couple cycles. In fact, for the sake of time, to speed up the process, I might just charge and discharge them a couple times using this charger, and then we'll measure the capacity again a couple of charge cycles in and see if it has at all changed. And the word I was thinking of just came to mind as soon as I turned off the camera. The word was manufacturing tolerance.